He faced the game's toughest pitchers year after year and almost never missed. This is the unbelievable story of the MLB legend who turned striking out into a rarity, Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn achieved something that seems almost impossible in modern baseball. He struck out only 434 times in 10,232 plate appearances over his 20-year career with the San Diego Padres. Let that sink in. Some of today's power hitters can rack up that many strikeouts in just 3 seasons. Gwynn's career strikeout rate of just 4.1% remains the lowest among qualified batters since he debuted in 1982. His discipline at the plate was legendary. Gwynn maintained a .338 batting average, the highest since Ted Williams retired in 1960. He collected 3,141 hits, won 8 National League batting titles, was selected for 15 All-Star teams, and earned 5 Gold Glove Awards and 7 Silver Slugger Awards. But here's where it gets wild. Gwynn batted .302 with 2 strikes over his career, the best mark for any player since numbers were first tracked by count in the mid-1970s. The second best 2-strike average. Wade Boggs at .262, a full 40 points lower. In his remarkable 1994 season, Gwynn batted an astonishing .397 in 2-strike counts. Gwynn's path to baseball stardom wasn't straightforward. He went undrafted out of high school and received no baseball scholarships, so he played basketball at San Diego State University instead. There, he developed into one of the nation's best players, setting multiple school records for assists. Initially, Gwynn's basketball coach wouldn't let him join the baseball team in spring, wanting him to focus on basketball. But when injuries depleted the baseball team's roster, Coach Jim Dietz reached out to Gwynn. Despite a 3-year hiatus from baseball, Gwynn immediately excelled, hitting line drive after line drive. His performances caught the attention of Major League scouts, leading to his selection by the San Diego Padres in the 3rd round of the 1981 MLB draft. He was also selected by the San Diego Clippers in the 10th round of the NBA draft but chose baseball, worried his 5'11" frame would limit his NBA career. After reaching the majors in 1982, Gwynn faced early struggles. During a 25-game stretch in 1983, he hit just 200 and began to doubt himself. At this critical moment, Gwynn turned to video analysis, a practice that would become central to his career. He enlisted his wife Alicia's help, asking her to review specific at-bats to identify flaws in his swing. "Leash, can you go look at at-bat number 2 and tell me what I'm doing wrong?" he'd ask. This analytical approach led to immediate improvements, and he finished the 1983 season with a .309 batting average. Gwynn's approach at the plate was remarkably simple, yet effective. As he explained, "I looked for the same pitch every at-bat, a strike." He averaged just 3.35 pitches per plate appearance compared to the league average of 3.68, swung at first pitches 23% of the time, and made contact on an incredible 93% of his swings. What truly set Gwynn apart was his approach in 2-strike counts. While many hitters changed their approach when facing 2 strikes, Gwynn maintained consistency. The difference, I think, between a lot of hitters today and the guys who are pretty consistent hitters are guys when they get 2 strikes on them, they don't change. Their makeup as a hitter remains the same. In 2-strike situations, Gwynn would often just fight off inside fastballs and hit them the opposite way. This put pressure on defenses and allowed him to keep making contact even in tough counts. His .302 batting average with 2 strikes is 119 percentage points higher than the all-time MLB average and 26 points better than the next closest hitter. The 1994 season showcased Gwynn at his absolute peak. As the season progressed, his batting average climbed steadily, reaching .394 when the player's strike abruptly ended the season on August 12th. Had the season continued, Gwynn would have had a legitimate chance to become the first player since Ted Williams in 1941 to hit 400 for a season. During that remarkable season, Gwynn's jam shots were consistently finding outfield grass, and his harder ground balls were finding holes in the infield. By the All-Star break, he was hitting .383, but he got even better as the season continued. During the first 10 games of August, he recorded 19 hits in 40 at-bats. raising his average to .394 with 45 games still to play. When asked if he felt cheated by the strike ending his pursuit of 400, Gwynn responded, "No, I don't. Other people feel like I am, but I don't. People expect you to feel bitter. I don't because I've done everything I could do this year." In a testament to his consistency, Gwynn did achieve a .402 average over a 162-game span from July 27, 1993 to May 13, 1995. Perhaps nothing illustrates Gwynn's extraordinary hitting ability better than his performance against some of the greatest pitchers in baseball history. Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, and John Smoltz, three Hall of Fame pitchers who combined for nearly 9,000 career strikeouts, faced Gwynn approximately 270 times, but struck him out only 3 times total. Against Greg Maddux specifically, Gwynn batted an astounding .415 over 107 plate appearances without a single strikeout. This domination led to Maddox's famous quote, "If a pitcher can change speeds, every hitter is helpless, limited by human vision." Except for Tony Gwynn. Gwynn's success against elite pitchers wasn't limited to these 3. Among the 38 pitchers he faced at least 50 times in his career, his lowest batting average was .243 against Dwight Gooden. He batted at least 300 against 32 of those 38 pitchers, including legends like Nolan Ryan and Oral Hershiser. Gwynn's success wasn't just natural talent, it came from relentless study and practice. He was often the first player to arrive at the ballpark and the last to leave. If he felt something was off during a game, he would head to the batting cages afterward, sometimes hitting for hours into the night. His approach to hitting was scientific and methodical. In 1995, Gwynn appeared on a television show with Ted Williams, hosted by Bob Costas, in what many consider the greatest conversation ever on the art of hitting. During this encounter, Williams challenged Gwynn to hit for more power, chiding him for using a toothpick for a bat. Gwynn later reflected on meeting Williams. "Imagine sitting next to the man who knew more about hitting a baseball than anyone who ever played the game. If you had any questions about hitting, here was the man who had all the answers." This meeting had a profound impact on Gwynn's approach, although it took him a year and a half to figure it out. Following Williams' advice, Gwynn began pulling the ball more frequently, increasing his pull percentage from about 20% to 28.5%. As a result, from 1995 to 1998, he hit 43 home runs, significantly more than his previous 3-year best of 28. Remarkably, despite adding more power, he maintained a .372 batting average and a strikeout rate of just 4.3% during this period. Throughout his 20-year career, Gwynn remained loyal to the San Diego Padres, playing in the only 2 World Series appearances in franchise history. The first came in 1984, when the Padres won 92 games to capture their first division title. Though they ultimately lost to the Detroit Tigers in the World Series, this season put Gwynn firmly on the map as one of baseball's elite hitters. 14 years later, at age 38, Gwynn got his second and final chance at a World Series ring. In the 1998 World Series against the New York Yankees, he was unstoppable, recording at least 1 hit in each game, never striking out against the Yankees' elite pitchers, and even hitting a home run off David Wells in Game 1. Despite Gwynn's stellar performance, the Padres were swept by a dominant Yankees team. Gwynn retired after the 2001 season with numerous accolades and was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2007 with 97.6% of the vote on his first ballot. Tragically, he passed away in 2014 at the age of 54, but his legacy as Mr. Padre and one of baseball's greatest pure hitters lives on. Tony Gwynn's career stands in stark contrast to modern baseball, where strikeouts have soared to record levels. In 2024, MLB's strikeout rate reached an all-time high of 23.1% of plate appearances, more than 5 times Gwynn's career rate. Last season, only 2 qualified MLB batters posted strikeout percentages below 10%, Stephen Kwan of the Cleveland Guardians and Luis Arraez of the San Diego Padres. This year, Young-Hoo Lee of the San Francisco Giants leads qualified hitters with an 8.6% strikeout rate, still more than double Gwynn's career mark. What made Gwynn truly exceptional was his combination of elite contact skills and high batting average. He struck out just once every 23.6 plate appearances while maintaining a .338 career batting average. For comparison, Nellie Fox, who had the third lowest strikeout percentage in baseball history at 2.3%, batted .288 for his career. Tony Gwynn's ability to avoid strikeouts while consistently hitting for a high average makes him one of baseball's most extraordinary players. His career demonstrates that even as the game evolves and strikeouts become more accepted, the fundamental skill of making consistent contact remains invaluable. Gwynn's legacy goes beyond his impressive statistics. He showed that meticulous preparation, relentless practice, and a scientific approach to hitting could produce remarkable results. His willingness to adapt and improve, even late in his career after meeting Ted Williams, reveals the mindset that made him great. In an era where the three true outcomes, home runs, walks, and strikeouts, increasingly dominate baseball, Tony Gwynn's career reminds us of the artistry of contact hitting and the rare beauty of a player who simply refused to strike out. So in a game obsessed with power and strikeouts, how did Tony Gwynn master a style that's nearly extinct and make it legendary? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more such content.